Okay.
Welcome to the Easton Library meeting for June 7th, 2021. We are meeting on Zoom as allowed by the New York State Governor's revision to the open meeting laws during the pandemic. We'll start with attendance so we know who's here. I'm Linda Borden, present. Would the board members please answer if they're here? Mary Jane Connor,
Here.
Chelsea Henderson,
Here.
Nellie Lovendusky,
Here.
Peter Reed,
Here.
Patricia McPhee. Patricia is not yet present. John O'Brien is not yet present. And Jennifer DiCarlo, director.
Present.
And have I missed anyone?
No.
Okay, so we do have a quorum, so we'll start with public comments. Jennifer, is there anyone from the public joining us yet?
Let me just check. No.
All right, so we'll move right on to additions to the agenda. I've sent the agenda to our board members. Does anyone have anything they want us to add on to this? Well, if you think of anything, we can certainly add it on at the end. Let me know. We'll go on to approval of the minutes from the previous regular meeting. Nellie has sent us a copy of the meeting for March 22nd, 2021. That was our organizational meeting. Everybody's had a chance to look it over. And do we have any corrections or changes to the March 22nd minutes that she sent us?
This is Mary Jane. There's just a tiny little typo. It's it's ROLL rather than ROLE.
Oh, for roll call.
Oh, I see
Is
it.
that what it was for? Is that what it is? Roll ROLL instead of ROLE?
John will be asked to continue his role, ROLE.
Oh,
That's a tiny thing.
got it. Thank you. Okay.
Well, thank you, Mary Jane, for reading the minutes so carefully, where it's helpful. So with that correction in mind, can I have a motion to accept the minutes as corrected?
I'll make a motion, Mary Jane, to accept the minutes.
And can I have a second, please?
Chelsea seconds that.
Thank you, Chelsea. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are accepted as corrected. We also have minutes from the previous regular meeting to review. Those are from April 19th, 2021 at 7:30. That was also a Zoom meeting, and Nellie forwarded these to us, so we've had a chance to look over them. Do we see any corrections on these?
The minutes were so complete and it was really great, Nellie, to see them. The only thing I saw was up at the top where you say approval of the minutes. I don't know if that at that meeting, if we approved minutes from a previous meeting, because I know we didn't approve March 22nd because we just did that.
Okay.
So I wonder if we can leave off approval of any minutes on the top.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I'll just remove that statement.
Because we weren't. What do other people think? Did we approve any minutes that
Yeah,
meeting?
we probably approved the minutes from February. I'm trying to think what that meeting was. The one before the annual meeting, the February meeting,
But not, yeah, but Nellie wasn't even present, so that was part of the confusion, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So we
So
can look
maybe
up
in
that
current
date.
minutes,
What's that, Peter?
I was gonna say, maybe when typing up the minutes, they should put down what minutes we're approving for
Oh, yeah,
future,
that's
keep
a
it
good-
clear.
Did I put down, I'm just trying to open it in front of me to see, did I put down who first, who?
Yeah, you have here approval of April 19th, 2021 minutes.
Oh,
Which, that date's got to be wrong because this was the April 19th meeting. So,
right.
but then you said Peter motioned to approve.
I can look up on our website what the minute date is.
Yeah, it must have been whatever your last meeting was. You guys must have approved it, and for some reason I put down the wrong date there. I can, like you're saying, Jen, I could go back and listen to the recording to see which date it was that we approved.
I see here, we had a February 22nd meeting.
Okay, so that's the date. No need to listen to the recording.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
so,
was the date.
all right, so I'll change April 19th to February, tell me again,
February 22.
22nd.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate all the input while I'm trying to find my way through this. Hopefully I get into a better rhythm where the final draft will be here. at the meeting.
Well, you will.
Nellie, the minutes were really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I just wanted to
it
say,
was-
Nellie, I really appreciated your minutes and how concise they were. You know, it was just like really easy to read through them, and I really appreciated that. You're doing
Thank you,
great.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
certainly
second
agree.
that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. thank-
So, and of course, Nellie, of course, it's some confusion coming in right in the middle of something. I would expect it to be a little difficult to all of a sudden take off on a running leap like that when you had both of those minutes that had to be transcribed and approved and you weren't even here for them. So yes, difficult situation. So.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. So, so we have, actually a correction for the minutes we are approving with the, change of the date. It should say approval of February 22nd minutes. And so can I have a motion to accept the minutes that we are now approving, please?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes we're approving.
Okay, and seconded,
Mary Jane, I'll second it.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we can.
Excuse me, Linda.
Yes,
Patricia has entered the meeting. She's been
Hey,
here a few minutes and
Welcome.
just wanted to let you know.
thank you.
Welcome
Welcome,
aboard.
Patricia. So let the minutes show that Patricia McPhee is in attendance, please. And we will continue to the treasurer's report. So Peter sent us a treasurer's report for us to check out and to look at. So were there any questions about the treasurer's report?
Nobody got back to me, so I assume they liked it.
They probably loved them, Peter. Anyone have any questions at this point?
I didn't have any questions.
No? Okay, then can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report, please?
Chelsea makes a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Linda Borden seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we'll accept the treasurer's report then as submitted. For the president's report today, I really don't have much, although I did want to fill you in about a lot of things that Sal's is doing, is trying to keep things organized for COVID reopening. Just as with the COVID closing, there's so many different rules and regulations, so many things are changing. They've been doing surveys on what libraries are in what stages. Different libraries are offering a broad range of different services. We seem to be pretty much in the middle of the pack with open for business, people coming in. We're still requiring masks at this point. And that will change as the rules and regulations are firmed up and our staff feels ready to move on. So I would say that's really basically what I wanted to say, is that seems to be still an ongoing and fluid situation. Getting information from different agencies and working with them to see what the best course of action is, with lots and lots of different opinions. So that's about it for me. That's all on my president's report. Jennifer has a lengthy director's report. She's been extremely busy as usual, so I'd like to get into that because she's got a lot of things to fill you in with. Been extremely busy. So Jennifer, go ahead.
Okay, Linda, I apologize. The one thing I forgot to do was print your agenda. So, and the hoopla is on new business.
Hoopla is under new business, yes.
Okay, so I won't talk about that. All right. So the beginning of May, I took a tech course from Jack Scott, a SAL staff member, and I learned about using the OneDrive, and he highlighted and taught the group of us how to create files and folders and share documents and edit documents while sharing. I also learned later that this is something that I can use for staff training, and it will be work towards our New York State. I can check it off as part of staff training, but I was unaware that my staff could do it. So the next time it comes up, I'm going to offer it to my staff to see if they're interested in doing on any of Jack's technology courses, which I thought was good. So okay, the school budget vote was passed, as everybody knows. So yay for us.
Yay.
Yay. Pat Ruppel called in early May, and she shared bullet aid that was available through SAL staff member Erica Freudenberger through her digital newsletter Circulate. And Linda Borden and I worked on this bullet aid, and the deadline was May 12th, and we got it in. We sent a letter to our 43rd district senator Daphne Jordan, and we also sent one off to Carrie Warner, and I think it's Assemblywoman Carrie Warner. And I got a letter back today, and I was very saddened. It was a letter from Daphne Jordan. Apparently the minority part of her district or whatever did not get any bullet aid. So we will not be getting any funding. And she was very sorry about that. But if she did say that if she did get any money, she would keep Easton Library in mind for it. Our idea was to offer a djembe drumming class for senior citizens. So, all right. Cynthia Blakemore offered, she's a patron at the Easton Library. She's also on our program committee. She donated a framed poem called Children Are Like Trees to the library. It's very pretty. And I hung it in the juvenile room. So if anybody would like to see it, it is downstairs. And it was a very lovely donation. We participated in garden kits for kids through the Washington County Cooperative Extension, and 9 families participated. So that was a very nice thing to offer families. Linda and I worked on the reopening plans for service level C, which occurred on May 19th. There was a lot of thought that had to be put on reopening to that level. We did a walkthrough in the library. We discussed the changes that needed to be made with the floor plans and where we needed chairs set up and signage, and at any rate, we opened up to service level C on May 19th. So that was a good thing, and people have been quite happy about that. I thought we would have more computer usage. I just hope word gets out. We've had one person use the computer in the library, but hopefully word will get out that they're there for people to use. Jack Scott from Sal's put ancestry.com on our website. It's free to Easton Library card holders until the subscription expires in September. And we also have ancestry.com on our patron computers in the library, but it's also nice for people to be able to access it from home on the website. Let's see. So Linda, the internal controls and financial accountability policy, is that new business or is that old business?
That's going to be old business, yes.
And the fax machine policy, where does that's
New business.
new
New
business?
business.
Okay. I've been working on the summer reading program, and it is sign up is on our website, and the deadline for sign up is June 30th. We had a little hitch in our giddy up today with our summer reading program. Unfortunately, our programmer cannot do a in-person event at the Washington County Fairgrounds. It's Bemba Bangora, and he is going to be doing, now we're going to go back to 3 45-minute video sessions. So they're going to be played throughout the summer. So there will be an incentive to participate at each video session. The library will offer families to make a video of their own after each session and send it to the library. The children's names will be put into a drawing to win a djembe type drum. Each winner must be an enrollee of the summer reading program at Easton Library and have watched the video to enter the contest. So that was, that's an update on that. Anne-Marie, did you have a question?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm trying to take notes and I got a little bit confused in that one regard. So the summer reading program, you've been working on putting it together and people can sign up by June 30th. I got that.
Yep.
And part of the summer reading program is an offering by Membe.
It's
Bemba.
Memba.
Okay.
It's a silent M, Bemba.
Bemba. Okay. So so part of this summer reading program is this offering where he's going to do 3 45-minute videos.
Yes.
And then families watch the 3 videos and then they can submit a video.
Yes.
And then their name goes in a drawing.
Yes.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. I know, it's very confusing.
Great. Good. Okay.
Let's see. Anne-Maurice, our staff member, she did a lovely May display on hiking, camping, and canoeing. And her June display is Reading the Rainbow. And Barb has the children's room set up with seasonal displays now that we have opened the library to the public. And Hannaford Community Bag Program has donated $184 to the Easton Library. Shoppers from the Greenwich Hannaford purchased community bags in the month of January. The supporters raised this money to benefit the library, which I thought was really nice. And last but not least, Aaron Gabriel has offered me a list of farming book suggestions for our plan of service project. And I've set it aside until I can work on it further, trying to figure out which ones I want to purchase and how much they're going to cost. So, and I think that's everything.
Thanks, Jennifer. Does anybody have any questions or want to talk about any of the things Jennifer brought up?
Yes, Nellie.
Just real quick, the Reading Rainbow display. Could you just tell me again who did that and go ahead. Yeah.
Staff member Amaris, I think it's Amaris.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Lineup is their last name, Lynip, if you need that. And then the other staff member I mentioned was Barb, and her last name is Skiff, Skiff.
Okay, and she's part of the Reading Rainbow display as well?
Nope, Barb's responsible for the juvenile room, the children's room downstairs.
Oh.
And since we've been closed, nobody has been going downstairs in the children's room. So we haven't had anything up on the shelves, just so it's easy to keep clean.
Right.
And then when we opened to service level C, we now have people going down there. So Barb has gone into her decorating mode, and it's quite nice.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Jennifer or discussion?
I just want to say thank you to Jennifer for everything that you do. I mean, these lengthy reports every month, it's amazing what you do in a month.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you're right, Chelsea, and I happen to know that it's like the tip of the iceberg because she leaves out an awful lot of things as well. She just does the highlights. It is amazing how much happens in a library. It really is. It takes a great deal of work. It really does. And a lot of calling. As you'll see when we get to the fax machine, even that was not the simple thing that we thought it would be a good policy to start on. It would be so simple, and it ended up requiring a lot of phone calls and follow up as well, as everything seems to. So thanks for saying that, Chelsea. We do appreciate you, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thank you.
One more quick thing, of course.
Yes.
Back to the drumming thing, they can submit for a drawing. What's the drawing?
It's for a djembe type drum. Chelsea probably could tell you what the drum is better than I could. Chelsea and I talked about it this morning, and she said she was going to do some research into it. So
So maybe it would be nice, because I know Jennifer's going to be sharing the description. I mean, all the changes are happening as of today. So when she shares that description with all of us, that might help your notes, because some of those fine details are being worked out. But the idea is that kids can enter a raffle to win a djembe.
Right. Okay. So it's
all
still,
about.
yeah, it's still working out. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yes, because Nellie, that information just happened late afternoon that we found out that he was not able to come and do an in-person performance. And so everything got changed just this late afternoon. So, you know, what Jennifer's reporting is just current conversation, basically, which I guess may even change, you know, as they firm up plans. So just know that it doesn't seem to be in stone quite yet. So moving in. Oh,
Was it
Mary Jane, go ahead.
was it because of COVID that he couldn't travel?
No, he's not able to travel basically because he was offered a stable work situation, which he hasn't had in a year and a half as a gigging performer. So he had to accept this other job offer, which conflicted with this one because he's in New York City. So we were
Uh-huh.
making arrangements for him to come up for these two. And originally the grant was written as a virtual event.
Right, right.
Mind that was what he had committed to, and then I went over the dates and he committed to those also. But things are changing every day, and I'm grateful that he has work.
Right, especially for artists, right?
Yeah,
Things
so
are, things are rapidly changing.
he can do both by doing this arrangement, and so I think it's going to be awesome. I'm ready to promote it away, when it's all up and running. So yeah, I'm grateful for all of you for supporting the idea.
Well, thank you, Chelsea, for being, helping me out with this because I'm kind of lost when it comes to instruments and what's going on in the videos and
I got your back. Don't worry.
Okay, thanks.
And Jennifer, any takers so far on the reading program?
I had two young ladies that are neighbors to the library, and I tempted them with, Bat and Kill bookstore gift cards, but
Such
they
a great
still
temptation.
haven't taken the bait. I don't know.
Yeah, I will help. I will help. So do a little
Thanks.
recruitment.
Can you remind me what age group you're aiming for that?
Preschool through grade 6. So it's age, 4 or 3 or 4 through, what is it, 12, 11, 12,
12, I think, maybe.
12.
I was
Okay.
gonna offer Abby, but she's 16, but she can't stop reading. That's all.
Oh,
Maybe someday we can do a teenager.
yes,
Teenager summer reading program.
I wish we could. I mean, they have
I
the
know.
fonts for teenage summer reading.
Yeah.
They even for adult summer reading.
Oh, that I could do.
Mhm. Yeah, we should have an adult summer reading.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, I got a pop-up. It says this meeting will end in 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll try and do, start our old business, and when it fades out, be alert, board members, that Jennifer will then send us another link to continue. So old business, the first thing is the internal controls and financial accountability plan. We've talked about it for a number of times. Jennifer and Peter worked on it again. And they submitted it to you through email. So we've all had an opportunity to read it. Is there any discussion on this policy? It's a new plan and quite an important one because it deals with our finances. Anybody have any comments on any sections of it or anything in general? Well, then may I have a motion? I'm sorry,
I
somebody.
make a motion, we accept the policy as written.
Okay, I will second that motion. A motion made by Peter, seconded by Linda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So we have our new financial plan in place. The second thing that we're dealing with today is also about finances, and this is to change Pat Ruppel, to delete Pat Ruppel from the ability to sign our Easton Library checks, and at the same time to replace Pat Ruppel's name with Chelsea Henderson's name. Any discussion on this? Can I have a motion then to remove Pat Ruppel from check writing privileges and add Chelsea Henderson's, please?
I make a motion that that is done.
Seconded by,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the third thing in our old business also has to do with finances. We can see Peter's been very busy this month getting all these things organized. The next one was an accountant for auditing our finances. And we discussed this a couple of weeks ago, that it was necessary that we have somebody to go ahead and audit the finances. Peter's talked to a couple of people, and Peter, you've seen somebody. You want to give us an input into that person's name?
Daniel Pettis, recommended by Chelsea. I talked to him. He is a past patron of the library. I guess when he was a kid, he used to use the library. He's familiar with the library. And because we're a nonprofit organization and he likes the library, wants to support it, he offered to provide services on a pro bono basis. He also said, any problems I have, he'll be happy to help me. And I think I'm going to have to update my computer. And he said, if I do that, he'll be happy to work with me to get everything set up. So, and he's much more knowledgeable about a lot of this than I am. So I'm happy to have him on board.
Oh, good, good. So, I'll make a motion to engage, because we're not really hiring him. I don't know the proper word I should use, but to have Daniel Pettis, is that how you say his last name?
Pettis.
Pettis, to have Daniel Pettis be our auditor, and a person that Peter can go to for information when needed. And Daniel is going to be doing this pro bono. Can I have a second to that motion?
I second that motion, Chelsea.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And so we'll have Daniel working with us, which is really good. It makes me feel good that you'll have somebody auditing at least yearly, Peter, and somebody to go to if you have questions. The second issue is the computer. And I think we need to research that with Sal's. You know, in the past, we've made our purchases through them, and then they will update them and service them as needed. I don't know even if we have a computer that's suitable at the library that is not getting used by patrons. That's another thing to ask, I guess, Jennifer and you and Sal's, if it is of the right speed and has the right memory and all of that. So I think I would like to table this for further research, and you and Jennifer maybe can research that.
This is
Problem
Mary
with,
Jane. Go ahead, Peter.
Well, the problem we got is the laptop is my personal laptop. So I have my own personal stuff on there. In addition, most of the work is through the library. You know, I've got all the library, I've got Outlook on there. So, but it's also, I use it for personal use. So I'm not sure how we're going to work that. I was going to suggest what I could do is buy a computer and maybe the library could reimburse me part of the cost of the computer. That might work, but you can check with Sal's on that.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm not sure either. What I'm thinking is that I'm in 100% agreement that you should have a computer. I feel strongly you should have a computer for library use, but only to use it as library use and keep your personal things off of it so there's no cross-contamination.
Okay.
You know, but I think we should check in with Sal's, but you know, my opinion, I'm only one on the board, is that I really would like you to see you having a library computer for library business. So
Okay.
I don't know, Mary Jane, I know I interrupted you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I interrupted Peter. I was saying that the laptop, I think I'm correct, but Jennifer can correct me, is probably really old and outdated. We did get one years ago for an additional computer for patrons to use, but that was a long time ago. And I was just curious because, you know, as we move on, I'm really curious about just asking a couple other librarian directors what, or board of trustee presidents, like, where do people keep library financial records? You know, like that, that's like, where do other treasurers keep the records? And I don't know if we know that, right? We've always done things this way, but I think that it probably would be good to get an updated laptop that Peter could have access to
Well-
do the financial records.
Well, we have 3 laptops at the library. So we have 2 that are very old, like they're just like barely getting by.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yes, they're, I mean, we should just recycle them. Actually, that's how old they are.
Mhm.
Because they need to do so many updates every time we plug them in that it's like, and then the laptop that we have that's the newest is my old, I shouldn't say old, it's like, it's going on 3 years, maybe 4, the old librarian laptop that Helen had when she retired. So I switched it out for the new one that we got because I'm using the new one
Mhm.
because that one interacts with my, I've got 2 monitors. And so the new one interacts with my new monitor because it's got new technology with it.
Okay, so,
Recording in progress.
okay, so welcome back to the second half of the June 7th, 2021 Easton Library meeting. At the first half of the meeting, we were discussing the purchase of a computer for our treasurer. We will table that discussion until next time. In the meantime, the president will connect with Sal's with some questions. Also trying to talk with some other local libraries with how their records are kept and how their treasurer operates to keep those records and keep them secure. We've discussed that this is a timely issue. Peter's computer is having difficulties and needs to be replaced as soon as possible. So we'll be looking into this as soon as possible. For new business, moving on to new business, we have a hoopla discussion, which Jennifer is going to give us a rundown of what hoopla is. If you're not aware of it, I was not. So Jennifer, please give everyone an intro into that. Before Jennifer begins, I want to tell you that she has shared with me that in the community, there seems to be some interest in people using other libraries who offer this type of service. And so there seems to be some interest in our own Easton Library in getting a hoopla type service. So Jennifer, go ahead and explain what this hoopla is.
Okay. Well, as I've been noticing that people are looking for services outside the library, but supported by the library because people have been at home for so long and they've been doing so many things virtually. So Sal's actually sponsored a Hoopla go-to meeting, and it was put on by Midwest Tape. And I personally order some of our audiovisual materials through Midwest Tape. So they are a digital media site. So Hoopla, not Hulu, because I keep getting it confused with Hulu, but it's called Hoopla, is a digital media service offered by public libraries that allow you to borrow movies, music, audiobooks, ebooks, comics, and TV shows to enjoy on your computer, tablet, phone, or TV. Titles can be streamed immediately or downloaded to phones or tablets or offline for offline enjoyment later. There is near 1 million titles to choose from, and there are more added daily. The service is transactional, which means the library pays per use. There are no holds. Each item is an immediate borrow, and therefore there is no waiting. For example, some of the TV, movie, audiobook content are BBC, PBS, Disney labeled under Touchstone, Acorn TV, Pottermore Publishing, Comics, Hachette Audio, Simon and Schuster, and Macmillan Audio. So the cost per use is $3.99 to 30 cents, with an average of $1.89 per item. The contract asks for a 60-day advance written notice if the library wants to terminate the agreement. Easton Library purchases many, okay, I already talked about that. So Hoopla is asking for a $1,000 good faith deposit to start this usage. We can set limitations on patrons' usage per month if we feel there is too much money being spent. So what they want is $1,000 down, and then you see how far that takes you, and then over a course of 3 or 4 months, they give you reports monthly. And then if you think that in your first month, if you're spending, say, $60 or $70, and you're like, whoa, that's way too much, then you can start putting limitations on the patrons with the usage. So you can say to patrons, you only want them to borrow like 10 or 20 items per month, something like that. Or you can take away the higher costing items, like you can hide those and only show the medium priced items or the lower priced items. There's a lot of things you can do to prevent too much money being spent. But I think that this service is going to cost the library about $50 to $60 a month per this service, because I've been talking to Annie Miller, and she has Canopy, which is, they have a movie service. And a lot of people like Canopy because it has documentary films and foreign films. But I don't know if too many people at Easton Library would be interested in that kind of thing. So I thought they might be interested in more of this kind of a service because it's more of a wide range of topics. And Annie was telling me that last month that patrons used about $50 a month, and that's Greenwich, and they have a much larger population. Well, their population is larger than Easton. So I was proposing that we take some of our money from our program budget, and I could share with my audiovisual budget to start off with. Midwest Tape has given me a free trial to play with Hoopla, and it is very user-friendly. I'm really amazed at how easy it is. You get an app and you just press and click, and the movies, you borrow them, or the books or ebooks. I've been listening to audiobooks. I've been listening to music. The only thing I haven't borrowed is an ebook. But I've done television shows, I've done movies, and it's amazingly easy. And I've watched them on my TV, I've watched them on my tablet, I've streamed them in my car. I'm driving down in my car and I'm streaming them in my car. But it's so like easy. I'm like, wow, this is cool. So
let's do it.
Yeah, I was like, so I was going to ask the board, may we please try this? What does
Yeah,
everybody
I think
think?
it's a good idea.
I do too. What budget are you going to take it from, Jennifer? The audiovisual budget? We have enough in there?
Well, I was thinking we could split it between the program budget and the audiovisual budget. The program budget, we have not touched at all this year. So, you know, we still have, how much is in our program budget, Peter? I forget.
4,000 or something, right?
Oh, no, I don't think it's that much. I think it's like 1,800. I think, yeah.
Oh, we used to put a ton in there. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I don't think we've touched that at all this year. And my audio visual has about 4,000 in it. So, you know, I thought maybe we could share between the two and see how much we spend per month. And, you know, if we think patrons are like using it like crazy, like I said, we can put some limits on people. But if they're
And
not,
we can even it out, right? Like if like, you know, some people are using a lot and some people are only using this some, you could say like, everybody gets this amount, right? Is that how I understood it?
I'm not sure if you can, like, you can, well, yes, I guess what you're saying, yeah, you can tell each patron can only borrow
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
they can borrow no more than 10 or 20
Right.
items per month. Yeah,
That seems fair.
Jennifer,
yeah, yes, Peter.
program, we're budgeted for $1,800 in program
Okay,
and audiovisual $6,600. So between the two of them, you've got $8,400.
okay. So, yeah, I thought that
Now,
there was.
you're not gonna take all the audiovisual, but the program, that's $1,800 there, so.
Yeah,
So-
I'd prefer to see it come out of that audio visual so that we can really hit up putting programs on as soon as people can get together again. I'm hoping in the fall we'll be able to put on actual in-person programs. You think that's not reasonable, though?
I don't even know.
Wait and see.
Yeah, it's just-
Yeah.
if people get vaccinated, sure.
So
I
can
know.
we say we'll take $1,000 to start out of audio visual?
I'd be happier with that, since it is audio visual. And you know what? It's flexible. So if we find out that this is very, very popular, we can transfer money from one to the other at another meeting. It's not written in stone. We can transfer monies later.
Yeah,
So-
we could set up a special account just for this type of program
But we
next
just,
year when we're budgeting, say,
yeah, but we just have to see how much we're using, you know?
right,
we-
see how
it's-
popular it is.
Yeah, we just don't, we have no idea how popular it is. And if people don't have internet service, what we offer is they come to the library and they download it to their devices. And then they can take it home and watch it.
Excellent.
So I
yeah.
could come into the library and download something onto my smartphone and have it available.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that sounds good.
That's really good, because I know I can't use this service at home because I have satellite and I don't have enough, I can't watch streaming things, you
Yes.
know? So I just don't have enough bandwidth, I guess it is.
Yes.
So I couldn't use it unless I brought maybe my tablet in and we figured out how to put it on my tablet, and then I could go home and watch it on a tablet, right?
Easy peasy. Yes.
Yeah, so that would be
Hey, there you go.
exciting.
I like that.
Linda,
Yeah.
quick question.
It sounds
What
good.
satellite system are you using?
What do I use? Let's see, it's, hang on, I'll think of it in a minute. Hudson Valley.
Okay,
Yes. So, so yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea. Patty, I haven't heard from you. Are you interested in this? What do you think?
I am. Yep, I like it.
Okay. Yeah, so,
so I make a motion.
yeah, we need a motion because our new financial, thing makes us have a motion because it's over a certain money.
I'll motion.
Okay,
I'm
motion
I'll
excited.
by,
second.
motion by Patty, seconded by Peter,
Patricia, yep.
that we go into contract with Hoopla for $1,000 to set up a Hoopla program with the library. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, that sounds like it's pretty exciting.
Thank you.
Linda?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's great, Linda. Jennifer, thanks for bringing that to our attention and moving us forward on those
You're
types of options. While we're talking about that, I got this news article. It was in the Free Press. It might be something we want to advertise on our website, that Washington County residents, businesses are urged to complete a new survey on broadband coverage and reliability.
I
Have
think you
you-
have it on their Facebook and Instagram,
Yes.
don't you, Jennifer?
Yes, I've put it on
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram.
Because I took it.
Yep. Oh, good, good. Yeah, you gotta
I took
take
advantage.
it.
Excellent, excellent, because that kind of goes along with it, right?
It
That,
does. I've been
Yeah.
telling
Yeah.
everybody, take the survey.
Yes. What I think is kind of odd is that it's about people who don't have service and they want you to do the survey online. So I thought that was pretty funny, but
Yeah, there's a
I
phone
think-
number
I think-
too, but yeah.
It's
Yeah, but
funny.
even like at our house, we just use our phones, like, and I have a hotspot for Patrick for school, but otherwise we don't, like Hudson Valley, we couldn't get up here.
You
That's
couldn't
awful.
even get Hudson Valley. Wow.
No, we had to cut down, like they pointed to Willard and said, you gotta cut down all those trees. And we were like,
Oh.
I don't think so.
yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible. So yeah, it really is a problem for our community in general. So it'll be interesting to
is.
see, so this hoopla will be interesting to see if enough people in Easton can use it.
Yes, yes.
But I think it's worth
Sign me
trying.
up, I'm doing it.
Okay, awesome. Good deal. I'm so excited about it. I've been having so much fun. It's going to break my heart that I'm going to have to give up my free usage from Midwest Tape. Just to let you know, we have 10 minutes left of our meeting.
All right, I'm going to move quickly then. Next topic is our fax machine policy. You've all received an updated copy of that. Even this evening, you received the most recent from Jennifer. The main difference on the fax machine policy is that there is no longer a cost with their new phone system to send long distance phone calls. So that means that we do not have to charge for faxes at all, since there'll be no additional charge. So that's really the main topic of discussion. Do we wish to remove all the fees? And Jennifer, have I presented that accurately?
Yes, yes, that is accurate. Yes.
So what's everybody's opinion on that? Would they like to remove all fees for faxes being sent?
Is our phone, our new phone plan considerably more costly than our old phone?
No,
Phone.
it's cheaper. It's-
Okay. So
what-
then I say,
$30 a month cheaper.
let's offer it free to the community.
I
Okay.
agree.
And I believe that's the only change on that policy that we've done. So can I have a motion to accept the fax machine policy revision as you received from Jennifer today?
I make a motion to accept.
I second that,
second that.
Patricia.
All right, I've got a motion from Mary Jane and a second from Patricia to approve the fax machine policy as revised. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, the next discussion is the Juneteenth holiday. This is a brand new discussion for us. First time it's come up. And so I'm just going to open that up for discussion. Some background information is that last year, New York State approved this Juneteenth holiday as a paid official New York State holiday. And businesses, organizations can either offer it or not. So we need to decide if we're going to offer it or not.
I would like to offer it.
Any discussion on that?
If we offer,
think
does that
for-
mean we have to be closed on June 15th?
June 19th.
No,
Yeah. it
No,
would
you-
be-
they can take it on a separate time. That's how we're doing it at work.
Yeah, if it occurs on like a Saturday, we take the Saturday off, but if it occurs on like a Sunday, would they get the Monday off
Or the Saturday.
or the Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
We're getting Friday off where I work because it's
Okay.
So
on a
there's two
Saturday this
ways.
year.
There's two ways people have done this, just like all holidays. You can make it a floating holiday, which means everybody.
that's how it
can
is at
pick-
my work.
Everybody can pick whatever day they want, their birthday, or who, I don't know, if they wanted to have a suntan day or something, they can just pick that day, right? Or
But we don't pay people for when we're not
Yes, you-
open.
exactly. So you would pay them, you would have to pay them though.
No,
But they're
none of
not-
our,
I-
none
I'm
of our employees get paid for holidays.
Right. We're different than like a school district library. People work when we're open and and when we are closed, we don't pay for a holiday. So
No, we're just
We-
off.
they're just off. So it does impact the staff if we're closed for a holiday because they don't get paid if it's on their payday.
I
Correct?
understand.
Jennifer?
If they're on the
Right.
schedule. you
Yes.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
So
So we
I-
could celebrate it on Friday and it wouldn't this year and it wouldn't impact anybody's salary, anybody's wages. Or we could say we would it's like here's my thought about honoring it is that it is a New York State holiday and even though they're giving us an option, there's no other holiday that we like Columbus Day. Some states don't honor Columbus Day. New York State does. So we're closed on Monday,
Mhm.
right. So I'm sort of viewing this as the same sort of thing. Our state is honoring it. So we as a library honor it.
Mhm.
But the point is that when it falls on a date where people would be on the schedule, they won't get paid.
Mhm. That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
And
they would get
and-
paid, but we'd be closed. So we're gonna, so are you, are you advising that we honor the day on the actual date of Juneteenth? Just like we honor Christmas on the 25th, and if Christmas falls on a Saturday, we don't have library on a Saturday.
And they're
So,
not paid.
and they're not paid.
Right.
Yeah, so that we don't pay people for what Mary Jane just said.
no, no.
No. So, so I would guess if we're gonna honor the day, do we want to honor it on the actual day? If it falls on a Friday, we're closed anyway, but if it
No,
falls,
it's actually this year it's on Saturday.
I understand.
Yeah.
But this year it's on Saturday, next year it'll be on a different day. So it depends on the day of the week. That's the day we're honoring it. And if we're closed anyway, we're closed. If
It's
we-
probably cleaner to do it that way.
Mhm.
Okay,
Jennifer, you're shaking your head. Do you think it would be probably easier to explain to staff if we kept it on the actual holiday?
Mhm.
Yeah, plus the holiday, it's not like Columbus Day, you pick that day or whatever. It's literally June 19th is the actual name of the holiday. So it'd be weird to celebrate Juneteenth on the 20th. You know what I mean? Like just, I don't know, just out of simplicity.
Right, just like
Right.
when, like
I-
Columbus
I
Day
get-
is, yeah.
I guess what, Nellie, like this year, New York State will be closed on Friday.
Oh, that's what they're doing?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because the most offices
workers,
are not
yeah.
open on Saturdays.
Well, the post office probably will because they're federal, but like the New York State workers, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
the New York State workers will have Friday off
Mhm.
this
But-
year. Next year, they might have Monday off because Juneteenth will be on Sunday.
Mhm.
But
I-
the
but I-
difference being the state workers are going to get paid
Right,
and our people will not.
right.
Like to me, yeah, you want to honor a holiday, but you're taking away their pay. And if that's on a Saturday, and that's a lot of hours.
It is. It's a significant work day. For this year, it will
But-
be like that, but
But I
But-
think that as a library, and I think we should celebrate it because of the importance of it.
Right.
I-
But
Yeah, let's give
I
a
don't know,
minute to
to
go.
take away pay, because I know like where I work, we're offered another, like the float day option.
we don't offer holidays at the library. We
Right.
don't offer holiday pay or sick pay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know. So that's one of the reasons why, the way that libraries are financed sometimes for rural libraries, it's more challenging because
Right.
you would need to have a lot more resources in order to offer benefits such as sick.
Right.
and
Absolutely.
holiday. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
You're welcome.
This is the third session of the Easton Library meeting agenda for July 7th, 2021. We were discussing new business and the Juneteenth holiday. This requires a board vote if we are going to celebrate and honor Juneteenth. May I have a motion to celebrate the holiday on June 19th each year, which means that we would be closed if the library were open on June 19th.
Mary Jane, I'll make a motion that we have June 19th as a holiday and that we will close from here on June 19th.
And I would like to second that motion. Linda Borden, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the motion is carried that we will be celebrating Juneteenth on June 19th. And that concludes our business agenda for our meeting. There were no additions to the agenda, and so we need to set a next meeting date, and then we'll close the meeting. Jennifer, referring back to you, can we wait a month for a July meeting, or shall we postpone till
Oh,
August?
I think we can wait. Yeah, I don't think there's any hurry. I think we can wait.
Peter,
Oh, sorry.
Peter, I'm sorry, I was gonna ask Peter as treasurer if he's got anything that we have to deal with before August.
No,
No?
Nope.
Mary Jane, do you remember anything?
No, in August, we'll go into budget mode, but we don't have anything before that, I don't think.
Okay, Nellie?
The one thing I was just worried about is Peter and the computer situation. That would mean we'd have to wait 2 months to give the go-ahead to even place an order for a computer. I don't know if that's something we can do outside of a meeting, or I don't know.
No, I think you are right, actually. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Because it's an expenditure of money, we really need to have a board vote on it, Nellie. So you're right. We shouldn't wait, because Peter's computer's acting up. So I guess
It
we
might
better.
be good for another 6 months or a year, but I don't know. It's
So,
awful
Peter,
slow.
Peter, your choice, July or August meeting?
Well, if we want July, could we just do a brief meeting and just vote on that only? Or does it have to be an official?
Yeah,
It might be helpful to meet in July and just have a short meeting. It might be easier to do that.
so let's make a date for July. We are meeting on Mondays. I'm gonna pull up my calendar, sorry.
How about July 12th?
I was gonna suggest that.
Yeah, I can do that, July 12th in the evening at 7:30.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Yep.
Okay, all right, that's when our
And-
next meeting. Can I have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
I make a
oh,
motion to
please.
adjourn the meeting at 9:22.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, our meeting's
Aye.
officially adjourned. Jennifer, you can stop recording.
All right.